Today is January the 20th. Sorry, I was having some problems connecting with my internet this morning. I'm not sure why. Anyway, I think I'm on and we can get started. Today is, the prompt is song, and I didn't put it into the Padlet, but I'm going to do Lucy Spraggan's Tea and Toast. Let me just get you guys up here and see who is with us this morning. Okay, it's connected. I'm happy. That's good. Yesterday was blue, the color blue, and we had a morning session together, a co-working session, and I did a scene because I had a great picture in my camera roll from Oaxaca, and I added love your neighbor for that one. I'm missing two. I didn't do Saturday and Sunday. On Friday, if you are not part of our BlueshineArt club, BSA club, we had another co-working session. So Mondays and Fridays are always co-working sessions, and we drew each other. So now you can see what everybody looks like. But not really, because this is my interpretation. Good morning, Nanette. Hi, Teresa. Good morning, Scott. Hi, Meryl. Yeah, so that was Friday. And then on Thursday, if you were here live, we did the bird with the coffee or with the hot chocolate. On Wednesday, it was pause. And on Tuesday, we had the live with Michelle Shane, which was fantastic. And that was a bloom. And Cozy Nook, I added hygge, which is a cozy feels in Danish. And I haven't done movies, so I'm missing three, but I'm going to keep going because I want to do Lucy Spraggan's Tea and Toast. And good morning, Susan. How are you? Hey, Michelle. I'm missing you, Michelle. You should jump on. You could paint with me. No, if you want to do another one this week, I would love to. So if you don't know the song, I'm going to put it quickly in our Padlet so that you have it. I really love the song. It's about an older couple and how they care for each other, and it's about always bringing tea and toast in the morning. And she's a storyteller, so she talks about them and then how the wife falls in the street, and it's a really sad song actually, but I love it. Like it's I like storytelling songs, I really do. So I'm going to just pull her up. I would like to do, I was going to do a picture of her, but I think I'm just going to do the tea and toast here. So, but I will pull up that song for you. I can't play it here because if not, I won't be able to post this I won't be able to post this video, but I can put it in the Padlet. I can put I can put the lyrics actually. That would be a good one. Oh, they're very long. Let's see if I can copy. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Okay, maybe I can't do that. Anyway, I'll write it up here so you can look it up and listen to it if you want to listen to it. She's a British singer. Is it Ian? Lucy Spraggan. You may have heard her. Oh, which one has she that you may have heard that was played a lot on the radio? I'm going to pull it up and see. Oh, Last Night. you probably heard last night. Hi Barbara, how are you? So that's what I'm doing this song. It's a song by Lucy Spraggan and it's called Tea and Toast. There we go. And I'm going to just sketch it out from memory, like just in my brain what a tea and toast would look like. But I'd like to do two figures, so this is more of an illustration. And then I'm going to put some of the lines over here. So not going from any pictures. Hope this works out. What is everybody else painting this morning? And I saw a couple of songs in the Padlet. I saw a couple. One of them was a Beatles song. That was Teresa's. Are you guys all doing songs? Michelle, I loved your Martin Luther King yesterday. It was great. I was trying to find one that I did, but I couldn't find it, so I just shared others. Teresa says, I'm doing America flag with all the little people coming into America. That's very, I think that would be great, Teresa. And Michelle says, to Sir with love. And C says, I love that movie, Michelle. Oh, is it a movie and they have a song of it? Bonjour, Hippo. It's quite fun to think about how to illustrate songs because, well, unless there's, I mean, you could do the cover of the album. There aren't any single covers anymore, are there? Remember when we used to have singles? I'm sure if I said that to my kids, they'd be like, singles? What are singles? You probably feel like we didn't have like a partner back then or something. But when each song was released, it would be called a single. I guess they don't even really call, they just say when a song's released, but the word single, is that used anymore? Hi, good morning, Jen. Susan says, and the song is so beautiful. Oh, which one? The To Sir with Love? Good morning, Carolyn. Carolyn, did you get in contact with Teresa? She is on here. See, I'm not sure because Teresa's Instagram is private. I'm not sure if she if she saw your message, if you were trying to contact her. You guys all have to listen to Lucy Spraggan's Tea and Toast and see what you think of it. Oh, Carolyn says, I just wanted to follow her, and yes, okay, I did see her request and she's on my Instagram now. Okay, Teresa. And then you'll see more of her little gallery. I'm going to send you some more, Teresa. And I'm going to make a little QR code that I can, with like a sticker that I can put on the back of my pieces that I send you, because I see some of my pieces have gone, so it'll be nice to have some more in there. Michelle says, I quickly listened, Shah, and oh my god, yes, sounds beautiful. Yeah, it's a little bit sad, but it's I like it. I think Lucy Spraggan, I think she was found on something like Britain's Got Talent or something like that. I think that's where the Last Night song came about. I'll put a little doggy underneath here. Waiting for crumbs. Oh, it was the X Factor? Louise, do you like her? Like she's kind of come into, I love how she's stuck with what she does, which is songwriting. So I do love that about her. Good morning, Louise. It's so fun to dress people that you don't know how they're dressed. It's that's what I love about illustration, is that you can make it whatever you want to make it and tell your story through images. It's a funny looking dog. Louise says she hasn't really listened to her, but I will. And Michelle says, I like sad songs. Yeah, her songwriting reminds me a lot of like Irish, like folklore songs. Okay, now I'm gonna line it and then I will paint it. I think I'll just do washes of color. Yeah, I excited about today. Also in our class today we're doing interiors with no figures, just interiors. So if you're doing class today, I hope you are looking forward to that. And then tomorrow we're doing landscapes. And it's Tuesday today, so if anybody is interested in doing Dylan Sarah's Zoom, then I think, did I put more in here? Can't remember if I put more in here. I think I did put more in here. I think this is just a pen, the one that Scott gave me, that it needs a little bit of help just to get going. I just dip it in water. And I used the Carbon Platinum ink so that I can do washes over it. Has everybody started gathering their objects for February treasures? If you missed our session on Friday and you're part of our club and you want the replay, I was showing a few examples, so let me know and I can send you the replay if you didn't make it on Friday. Oh no, this dog looks like a little piggy. Does not look like a dog. I will be sending out the Padlet soon, but you can gather your objects and compile an image so that you can add it to the Padlet when you have your 28 objects if you want to work on that. Not sure about the angle of this that I've got. Good morning. We have another snow day here too. It's not as much, but we did get a little bit of snow and it's so cold outside. Does that mean you're off, Maria? Like when they call for a snow day, you just don't go into work? Or you still work with the snow day? I don't think I made this couple look very old. So if you're just joining, the prompt today is song, and I'm drawing from my imagination of a couple because the song is called Tea and Toast and it's by Lucy Spraggan. It's one that always stands out because it's like the life passage and, you know, a couple so sweet looking after each other, and it's a sad song. It's a sad song, but I really like it. I think I have maybe illustrated before for this song, like, but done tea and toast, just a plate of tea and toast. But I don't think I've ever done a whole scene like this. So, you know, even though I may have done it before, I was like, oh, what do I do? And I was pulling out all these songs and like, do I do one of my favorites from like U2? And I'm like, no, I want something that has a little bit more meaning. And I do love this. I love her songwriting. Good morning, Melissa. Oh, Maria, still works, but all the schools are closed. Okay. And she says, I've been gathering. I have quite a few things of my mother's. I was surprised at how much. Yeah, that's what I want to pull out. Things that I've been given. I'm really looking forward to it, to the month of February. It's gonna be a good one. If you are here and you don't know what we're gonna do in February, we are like continuing with our tradition of Family February. But what we're doing is, because Zoe contacted me and she sent me a couple of images from this lovely Instagram page, and she said, what about this for one of your months? And we could call it Treasures. Well, I thought we can work with Family February as the month and gather 28 treasures from our past, from our present, and then draw each treasure each day. You can write a little bit about it. You can, you know, it's still within the family February, and I think it's super doable. I got this lovely book, Thank You C. It came right in time. It's beautiful, and is that the brand Cuppa Clip? C sent me this as a little Christmas gift. I love it, and it has a pull-out here, which is really quite interesting. I like that, and it's smooth paper, so I feel like that would be really good for either an index to write about the pages. And then it's a concertina, and the edges are perforated, so you could take them out if you wanted to, but look how beautiful. So and I counted the pages, and there are enough pages for the whole month. So I thought this is perfect for the month of February, to do a little painting of each object, the treasures. I may cover the cover. See, I may redo the cover, maybe in fabric or something like that. If I have I actually have, do I have it close by that I could show you guys? Where did I put that? No, I don't have it close by. But I have these lace doilies that my grandmother made, so I would love to do something with the lace doily over the top. They're beautiful, and I thought that would be really nice. So yeah, February is going to be a fantastic month. I'm not going to be live for a couple of weeks at the beginning of February, but this is a project that you can really get, you know, dive into and work on your own. We do have a couple of members in our group that last time when I was away, they opened up Zoom for everybody for like Mondays and Fridays, which I thought was really lovely. So you can work with those, and I will be working on mine while I'm away, so I'm gonna take that with me. Because Family February is such a lovely month. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? Gel plate print. Tell me what the gel plate print is. Did I say something and I should have looked up and seen your comment, Reb? Sorry, sometimes I miss the context of the conversation when people are writing. Are you doing gel plate prints in the whole of February? Is that what you meant? Or is that what you're doing right now? There's such a delay with the live. I apologize if I missed something. Oh, with the doilies, but then I realized you said they're your grandma's. Yeah, and they're lace. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to keep them as is. But yes, that is a really great idea. If they weren't so precious, totally. Which reminds me to think about things like that when we go to Oaxaca to pick up, you know, the papelitas. I didn't get any last time. Did you get some, Maria, last time? I need to get some papelitas. I don't know why I didn't get any. I know that Lou got some. She got a lot of papelitas. They're the things that hang. They're like cut out paper, but they use plastic now, and they're quite amazing how they print them out. I don't know if I can find a picture of, let me see to help you. It's like a garland. Okay, I mean, I have images on my phone. Okay, here I can show you here. So these are the papelitas. They're probably called something else as well. But they're printed, so if you have, for example, like a little coffee shop, they'll have the name of the coffee shop printed or like cut out from these little papers. That's not a very good photo of one. This one. Like, look how, oops. I wonder if there's a store there that actually makes them. Yeah, so they hang between the streets. They're so pretty. And then they have, you know, so say we're near the Church of Santo Domingo, they may have like the church stamped out in the papelitas. Ah, papel picado. Okay, thank you. I just call it papelitos. I'm gonna write it down so I remember. Papel picado. Thank you, ladies. Teresa says, I got an old lace tablecloth in the store for $5 and I will use it on the gel plate. You have to try it. That would be amazing. Yeah, things to look out for, really. Okay, so now that I have sketched, I think it not all out. I can see other lines that I've forgotten, and I got distracted and forgot to do the mantle here that the little kitty is sitting on. And I feel like there should be maybe a bowl of sugar. There. So this is always my process if I'm doing an illustration, like one of the Christmas illustrations. I'll sketch it out in pencil first, and then I will put it in pen. And I guess it's just my process of creating a little illustration. I have leftover, I have some watercolors left over, which I'm going to use for this. And Scott, I used the acrylic gouache here yesterday. It was fantastic. Some of them are a little bit hard, but I can just water them down, and that worked. So that was great yesterday. We missed you in the morning. How are everyone's paintings coming along? I'm going to do the outdoor scene because I've got a little bit of green here that I'm going to just go over, or not so much green. Because I know that things in front of this color are going to be darker, I'm not concerned to go over some of the lines here. Actually, let me go over that too. Got 20 minutes. I probably am not going to finish in 20 minutes, but I have a lot of colors on here, so I can do a lot of washes. How's everybody's pieces coming on? Oh, why do you call this an illustration, not other things that you paint? I feel like illustrations are more storytelling. They have a connection to something, like, so if you want to, or it's an expression of like a short passage that you want to tell, or a story, or you're illustrating the story, whereas the paintings, I think they can stand alone and they don't have to have something behind them. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I feel like because this is, I'm thinking about the song and trying to create an image that would go, for example, if I had a book and I had the lyrics of the song and I wanted to make a picture of that, I would be illustrating the song because it would be telling that story. Melissa, let me hear yours. I'd like to hear. Michelle says, I'm always looking for that definition. I like yours. I just feel, yeah, like, because if I'm just doing a picture of a landscape, then it's not really an illustration of the landscape. I'm doing a painting of the landscape. I'm sure there's a better way to define it, and I'm sure, you know, when you look it up, people have their own. Say, for example, I was doing a portrait of, say, Martin Luther King. If somebody asked me from a magazine, we're doing an article on Martin Luther King, can you do a portrait of him? That would be an illustration of him. But if I did a portrait of him and it was just standalone and I just wanted to do a portrait, that would be a painting. That in my eyes, it's you're meeting somebody else's request, or you're meeting your own request to explain something within your piece. Oh, Reb says, interesting. I thought it was more about the drawing style, but this makes sense. Yeah. I don't know, like everybody has their own definition. That's in my mind, that's me. So if somebody, yeah. Oh, for me, Melissa says an illustration is executing someone else's vision, but that could also be a commission. If it's a more if it's more painterly style, art would come from myself. Oh, that's interesting too. Yeah, no, because I'm still, it's almost like I've given myself this project to paint. So it is kind of similar, right? But this, I would still call this an illustration because I have set myself the task of illustrating the song, or a part of the song, or an image in my head that is related to the song. Yeah, there's probably many, yeah. It is interesting how a lot of people have. But you're right. I mean, it's similar, right? Like it's a commission. You're trying to, but I still wouldn't like. People can commission a painting, and it doesn't have to be an illustration. Like if somebody commissions me, you know, a picture of their farm, that would still be a painting to me. That wouldn't be that. I don't think that is totally separate from an illustration. Nanette says, I always considered an illustration as more graphic style as opposed to painterly style. Yeah, and I don't think that, for me, that has nothing to do, it's not, for me, it's not about style. It's definitely about, yeah, the meaning behind it. And Scott says, I like shark definition because when I think of illustration, series definition. When I think of illustration, I think about books, I think of ads, I think of a lot of things that want to express something, not just art for your heart, from your heart. Oh, that's great. Yeah, sharks definition. Series definition. Yeah, I think it's you're completing a vision, a story, you're matching an image to a description in some ways. And it's not, yeah, I mean, you can still do paintings as well, but whether it's fine art or illustration, I think that's the two separate things. But I think you can be both too. I don't think you just have to stick with one. You can be an illustrator and an artist. Got around, finished getting ready, head out, and it's minus 24 degrees. It's freezing outside. I've already been out. Melissa, is horrible. Teresa says, did anyone see the Northern Lights last night? We did, but only if you took a picture of the sky. Oh no, I didn't even think to look. Ah, hang on, it may have been cloudy here. Was it cloudy? I did not see them. I should really get the tea and toast on here. I like doing these as well because they almost feel like coloring pages when I do them. That's what is super relaxing. I really like it. You guys should try it. This technique is nice because, yeah, it does relax you into the whole just coloring in afterwards. I like it. I realized that I hadn't put the link to the session that I'm doing with Natasha in the paint and draw sessions, but it's also going to come into the regular subscriber because we're going to open it up for everybody. So as long as you're a free subscriber, you're going to be able to attend. I just have to make a post for that. And then the Walk for Peace that we're doing next Monday, that also I'm going to be opening that up, which I think everybody should be able to join for that one as well. So if you're here and you're not a subscriber of my newsletter, you can be a free subscriber and still come to both those sessions this week, because I always do have one session which is for everybody usually during the month, or at least for this month for sure we're doing those two. And those will hopefully get sent out this afternoon. So watch out for a post, because those two links will be in there. And it'll just be a regular post. I thought I had put it in, but then I realized I hadn't, so I updated that on the paint and draw for everybody. Yes, I did, Michelle. It is on the paint and draw. It's actually in the Padlet. If you went to the Padlet with Estes thing, actually, if you go to paint and draw sessions in Substack, like that's one of my posts and it's pinned. If you go to that one, you'll find it, because it's in the recently, like the past sessions. I think it's under past sessions. You can also go to archives, because it's in there as well. But yeah, it's in past sessions, and I put it in yesterday and I corrected it. I think somebody mentioned that it linked to something else, so I have corrected that. And yeah, you can go and check that out. I used some of the tips yesterday while I was walking. I haven't posted it yet, but I used some of the tips. I'm super happy with what Esty shared with us. I'm gonna post it and you guys will see. Yeah, so thanks again, Esty, if you're listening here. I'm not sure if you are. I know you have your class on Tuesdays. But yeah, I think we all learned something. It was great. Great session. What's nice about this paper being very absorbent like it is that the watercolor doesn't really blur or it doesn't bleed much, which is very different. I like it. Bit too pink, I think. I can lift that. Scott says, I also used a couple of the tips yesterday. They worked extremely well. Thank you, Esty. Yeah, they were so great. Oh, Melissa says, I think I'll take the streetcar to work instead of walking today. Haha. Yeah. You have to really bundle if you're going out in that cold. Like, really, really bundle. Oh, no, I forgot that side. Okay, well, maybe I'll do it the same all around, because if not, it'll look strange to not have an edge over here. I'll just go back into that color. Put a yellow sweater on her. Oh, I didn't put her neck on. I did everything other than her neck. And he can have a blue. think you see. It's a nice little morning, just coloring in my picture. I can't wait to see everybody's. That's what I do miss in YouTube. I miss being able to see everybody's. Okay, it is bleeding a little bit. And I think a 14B pencil would be perfect for this. He's not very old, is he? Let's just change the color here. Need some of these lines on. That will make him older. And she does too. They've obviously done a great job with their skin routine. Now she looks like she's got a mustache on. I'll lift that in a minute, and I'll lift hers as well. Oh, what did I say about bleeding? It does bleed. I should have done this dog like a little Jack Russell or something. And maybe it's the nose that's a bit odd. Well, I know that some of you have to go, so have a great day, everybody. And I will be back tomorrow with, I don't have the word written down, but tomorrow it is, oops, I just moved past it. Tomorrow is ritual. And I'm sure we all have certain rituals. I mean, just do an alarm clock with 4:45 on it. No, I'll do something else. Morning ritual, evening ritual. I've been getting into doing more journaling in the evening, which has been actually really enjoyable, because I used to do it in the morning, but I like the reflection of the day in the evening. So I kind of switched that from morning to evening. I like that. Not very straight lines here. Whoops, that was a bit wide. And I've got to correct that edge. Because I didn't paint it over on the other side, so there was no point in having it on two sides and not on the other. Kind of lost the edge of the cat there. Great thing about watercolor is that you can lift it. So, for example, her face. Let me just correct this. Oh, I quite like that. And I think her sweater should have some kind of pattern on it. You just gotta follow the sleeves around. And then underneath their arms needs a little bit of shadow here. Plate. The toast could do with a little bit of color as well. So you can put shadows on before, but you can also just put washes on afterwards, which sometimes is easier to just get everything more cohesive and feel of the light coming in. You can see I darkened all that because she's really in shadow there. We should do this with just my 14B. Let me go in with it now. Hippo says, so cozy. Thanks, Hippo. All right, let's see. I'm going to sharpen this 14B and then I'm going to just clean everything up and I should be done in 5 minutes. Michelle, amazing, you just made that up. Yeah, sorry about the noise. I just want to, the 14B really doesn't work if it's a little bit damp, so I'm just gonna get that dry. I know, and YouTube does not block that out, do they? Nope. Okay, I'm going to start from the top up here and just really focus on how I can make this look a little bit more, not realistic, but just a little bit more solid, I think. And you could do this just with watercolor, but I find that takes a long time. Could use that edge to be a little bit. I think I should have done the wall maybe lighter. Focus, Shah. I keep jumping from one thing to another. And yeah, it's important that you work the whole way around your piece. If you're going to do something like adding a different, if you add a different medium, like it's nice to just keep it consistent when you're working on a piece like this. There are certain things that I should have done, like kept certain areas a little bit lighter, but I think he would be wearing a stripy scarf, but I'm going to put it on him. I don't know what he would wear. Probably something more tweedish. So moving down to, this could have been a little bit more in shadow because it doesn't have the light on it. And all those places that I kind of lost, I'm gonna just bring back. It is quite a dark scene, isn't it? And a little scruffy dog, multicolored. Or it could be a cat. It kind of has turned into a cat, hasn't it? Something's up here as well. I'm gonna broaden his trousers. Make those a little bit wider over here. All this shouldn't be seen because it's underneath, and yeah, don't need any light on his boots either. Ideally, all these lines would disappear. So they don't all disappear, but a lot of them I like to have disappear. So it's just really a guide for me when I'm doing something like this. If I was working with watercolors, I would be working, you know, the light to the dark and the dark to the light, and trying to get those lines gone. But that's the style of work. Like, so I could have just done the sketch and pencil, and then those lines wouldn't be there. I mean, I don't mind them, but I do like to get rid of some of them. Almost done, almost done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you for conversing with me. It's nice to have you here chatting with me. So if you haven't listened to the song, go listen to Tea and Toast by Lucy Spraggan. And that is what inspired me to do this piece for today's song. Okay, I missed some conversation before I go. Hippo says, I was on the treadmill, couldn't participate in the conversation. For me, illustration is the fact of illustration, a text, song, book, poem, myth, Bible, etc. It is always related to a text. Reb says, hi, Hippo. And Hippo says, it can be a visual illustration, drawing, painting, collage, photo, or music, sound illustration. Ah, yes. When you paint a portrait of MLK, it is art. When you do it to be an article, it is illustration. Exactly. That's how I perceive it as well. Hippo. And C says, thanks, Hippo. I just asked the question a few weeks ago and your response helps. Yeah, it's definitely how I would put it as well, for sure. You're welcome. C, be careful. I might be wrong. It is just, no, I think everybody has, like Melissa said, has their own way of thinking about it, but that is how I perceive it as well. It's all art in the end, right? Yes, it's all art in the end. And Tammy says, I agree. Good day, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you, Scott. And Tammy says, always a pleasure. Thanks for this morning. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day. I'm going to find a quote for this and put it on there. Not right now, but I will. And it'll be there for tomorrow. I will see you all tomorrow morning. See some of you in class in an hour and a half. I better take Piper out for a little walk in this freezing cold. I'm not looking forward to it. Take care, everybody. I can see lots of things that I want to keep correcting, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. I think this doggy should be a little bit darker as well. Doggy, cat, my own animal that I made up. Wouldn't that be fun to do a session where you make up animals? Do you guys like making up things? I love making up things. It can be your own reality. All right. And I should probably put Lucy Spraggins. Spraggins tea and toast. Bye, everybody. Have a good day. See you.